So let's have a little chat, shall we? Hopefully I can get through this video without being interrupted by a phone call or anything else. Let me do this. Let me turn that off. Hopefully I won't be interrupted. So let's have a little chat, shall we? I want to say this because I look at things always a from an aspect of polarity. And I have to say this. I have to say this because black people always get caught up in you shouldn't do this or you should do this. This is what I'm talking about. You can have your opinions about whatever you want. And I'm not really going to mention exactly what I'm talking about, but people get what I'm talking about. If a person wants to do something and people are trying to stop them, those people are just as bad as the people that are encouraging the people to do the act that they think that people should do. Let me be more clear. Let me go ahead and just say it. If a person, I am not into things going inside of your body, but if a person decides that that is what they want to do, then you don't have the right to tell them that they shouldn't do it. You can give your commentary on it. You can say that that's not for me. But when you get in this position of you shouldn't do this and why you shouldn't do that, I have to look at these people and really go, what is your motive? Because at the end of the day, it's all about control either way. Whether a person is telling you not to or whether a person is telling you to do it. But you have to make a conscious decision or on whatever you want to do. And this is whatever you want. This has nothing to this is not just about taking that thing in your body. It's not just about that. It's also about everything in life because now we're getting into this stupid motherfucking bullshit of anti-vax this, anti-vax that, or pro-vax this and pro-vax that. I think all you motherfuckers are crazy. I think all of you motherfuckers are crazy. Straight like that. Because at the end of the day, it is up to the individual. Not no motherfucking mandates either. Government's crazy too. Not no fucking mandates either. If a person does not want it, they shouldn't have to take it. But at the same time, if a person wants to get it, they should not be bullied and they should not be harassed and they should not be called names and they should not be attacked because they want to put something in their body that they think will help them. And that's what a lot of you people are doing. Oh, you shouldn't get that because it's going to kill you. You're going to die any motherfucking way. Nobody is going to escape human bodies alive. You're going to die anyway. That's just the facts of life. Nobody is going to live forever unless the Japanese or Chinese come up with something. Okay? Nobody is going to live forever. But this argument about this and that and you shouldn't do this, this is bigger than just that. See, that's only a distraction. See, this is where the occult comes in. Because I'm looking at the hidden part of this. What's really going on? See, this is just a stepping stone to distract people from whatever else is going on. But now we're getting into this place where if you don't get it, then you're looked at like this. You're looked down upon. If you do get it, you're looked at as being stupid and you shouldn't have got it and this and that. Stop! Just stop it already. Haven't you? And I'm talking to black people. I ain't talking to nobody else. But if anybody else feels what I'm saying, then good. Just stop it. Live your life. Like Sylvia Brown used to say, live your life, shut up, and then go home. Then go home. Live your life, shut the fuck up, and go home. Because at the end of the day, if you have the type of knowledge and wisdom that some of us have, we understand that this world is designed to have different experiences. This school that we call Earth was not designed for us to have an easy life. It was designed for us to experience different levels of polarity, negativity, and positivity, and how to work within those energies or balance them together. But the problem is with this school is that when you get into this school, when you're born into this school, not a prison, a school, when you're born into this school, we allow the negativity to be our main focus. And black people have a lot of training in that area because our minds have been trained in that direction by those people who consider themselves enemies. It's time to wake up. If people want to get that vax, let them get it. If people don't want to get it, then they shouldn't have to get it. It's as simple as that. All of this other bullshit in between, oh, it's going to do this to you, it's going to do that to you. I even had to sit back and reevaluate my own stance on it. Because once you start giving this an argument, once you start making this into a human concept, they got you. That's mind control. That's mind control. Of course you can speak on it. Of course you can say you can give your views and opinions on it. But when you start making judgments, which most people, including myself, are not scientifically qualified to make judgments on something that you really don't know anything about, because even the fucking scientists don't know what the fuck it really is. See, I kind of do. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do, but I'm playing dumb right now because you can't say shit like that online without people thinking that you're crazy. I kind of do understand what's going on. I kind of do. But I'm not gonna say because I don't want to scare people. And I don't want to cause no mass panic, because you have to be careful with your words. You have to be careful with your words. Putting out all this fear and panic and, oh, if you get it, you're going to die. If you don't get it, you're going to die. You're going to die anyway. If that doesn't get you, something else will. Those are just the facts of life. If that doesn't get you, something else will. And they're saying now that it ain't even really the COVID that's killing people. It's the underlying conditions that a lot of people have that they don't know that they have. People keep talking about, oh, he was so healthy. No, he wasn't. A lot of people don't even go to the fucking doctor. They don't even go and get their, I don't like doctors either, but some people don't even go and get their blood work to at least know basically what's the function of your body. You don't have to take no fucking medicine or anything like that, but just to know the basic functions of your body and your heart and your organs and your liver. And then black people, we like to drink and smoke. We eat a lot of greasy, fattening, good foods. So do Latino people. We people of color, we like good food. White people do too in America. We like good food. And that contributes to a lot of the underlying conditions that some of us may have. So when people say, oh, that person was so healthy, no, they weren't. They weren't that healthy. They just didn't know. Doctors don't even understand the full scope of the human body. But I think it's more so about accountability for your own health and your own body. And if a person does not want to get that vax, if they don't want to get it, that's their right. If a person does want to get it, that's their right. And people that keep trying to shame people, either way, you need to shut the fuck up. Stop with all this fucking fear mongering. No, I don't trust it either. I don't. But that's my personal opinion. I'm not going to say that it's going to kill people. You don't do shit like that. You don't do that. And if they're experimenting on black people with the vaccine, God damn it, they're experimenting on white people and Latino people and Asian people as well. Because they're getting it too. And I see more of them getting it than blacks. And here's another thing too. There is nothing more adaptable, and even Bobby Hemmett said this himself, there is nothing more adaptable in the universe than melanin. So even if black people do get it, even if you did get it, and if it's something in it that may not be good for you, your melanin will override that. Our melanin can adapt to any motherfucking thing. And I hate to admit it, that includes some of the Latinos as well. The ones that got a little bit more color to them. Not the white ones. Your melanin can adapt to anything. Because melanin is the most adaptable force. I'm going to call it a force and substance in the universe. So let's stop with all this fucking fear mongering. Stop it. If you want to do something, you do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because somebody is trying to force you to do it. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. But don't do it because you don't want to do it. I don't believe in forcing people to do things they don't want to do. And I don't believe in forcing people to not do things they don't want to do. And I know that sounds convoluted, but you know, that's how the occult is sometimes. It don't make sense. We have to take a step back and really evaluate what is really going on. Is there really an argument, or is it just an illusion? Are we being played? Because I think we're being played. Stop it. If you don't want to get it, don't get it. If you do want to get it, do get it. But nobody has the right on either side of the aisle to shame people either way or to try to instill fear in people. And I know what you're going to say. Well, see, Grant, you made videos the beginning of the year or a year or so ago saying this or that. Yes, I did. But as you gain knowledge and more wisdom, you begin to understand even having that aspect was me feeding into something. Even having that, not aspect, but even me having that thought process, that was me feeding into something. It's here and it ain't going anywhere. And that's just that. I have my own theories and beliefs. I just ate breakfast. I had me a blackberry and banana salad. You know, I do try to eat healthy and some water for breakfast. Eat blackberries. Blackberries are good for your melanin. Bananas are good for your melanin. Eat those. If you want to be healthy and try to be healthy, and if something comes your way, you know that's why I have been, really lucky that I have not gotten any serious illness. You know what I'm saying? Behind, living in this, disease bubble that we live in. Because I eat blackberries, I eat blueberries, and I was listening to an old video clip of Bobby Hemmett where he was saying, he didn't mention blackberries, but I'm mentioning blackberries. Blackberries are very good for your melanin. Blueberries are also good for your melanin, and he even said that in that video. And I've been eating blueberries and blackberries for years. That's really the only fruit that I can tolerate because it's not really sweet. I don't like really sweet fruit. You know what I mean? I don't like that. So eat blackberries and blueberries and go on about your motherfucking business and live your motherfucking life. And stop worrying about shots and boosters and all that other shit. It doesn't matter. If you're not taking it, then leave it alone. Because what is the distraction behind that? Because every action has a distraction. Let me say that again. Every action has a distraction. Every distraction has an action. So what's the hand behind the curtain is my question. Because in 2002, up under the same vibration of the number 4, just like with COVID in 2020, up under the vibration of the number 4, 2020 was nothing but 2002 backwards, I guess you could say, or catacorner or vertical, whatever, which way you want to say it. In 2002, the action and distraction was terrorism, 9/11. They started doing the terrorism thing. Remember what I told you about these numbers and these vibrations. These are patterns. And something is going to happen again. When you're attending this school here, it is a very interesting ride. You know what I mean? It's a very interesting ride. It's up, it's down, it's around, it's in the middle. I mean, so many different things can happen here. But you have to make sure that you're grounded and you don't get caught up. Of course, things are going to affect you. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't be concerned or anything like that. But when you start placing yourself in this argument of whether you should do this and whether if other people should do this, then that's the problem. That is the problem. People have a right to make whatever decision that they want if they are adults. I'm not talking about the children. I don't have children. I'm not talking about the kids. I know people, what about the kids? The parents have to make those decisions for the children. The parents. Not me and not you if you don't have children. There have been pandemics throughout history. The flu, the Spanish flu, the Black Plague, and so many other pandemics. And this won't be the last one. This won't be the last one. There are plenty of people who have taken that shot and they're fine. Plenty of them. There are plenty of people who have not taken it and they're fine. And I had to reevaluate that. And I had to get honest about that. It's not about being a pro-vaxxer or an anti-vaxxer for me. It's about looking at it for what it's worth from an occult standpoint. It's not about talking about what the white man is doing this and the white man is putting this and then the white man doing. No. Y'all put too much motherfucking faith in the white man. That's y'all God. He ain't mine. I'm his God. Got it? Got it? At least that's what he told me. I'm his God. So I don't put faith or energy into that or into him. The white man experimenting on the black people and the white man doing this. If you go to the motherfucking supermarket and you're buying food from the supermarket, You're taking a risk. You go to the grocery store buying all that junk, you're taking a risk of what you're putting in your body because you don't know where it came from. For real, you don't know what the fuck you fucking eating. You're just going by what they say. And that includes myself. We're going by what they say because don't none of us own no motherfucking farms. Don't none of us have no fucking farms that I know of. So let's get fucking real about this. If you don't want to take it, then don't. But stop telling other people that they should not take it and stop putting out fear-mongering about shit, making this situation worse, because what's really happening is there's a shift taking place. And within this shift, there are low-level demiurge beings who are trying to keep people trapped in this lower level dimension. So they create these motherfucking things. They create these motherfucking scenarios. Oh, if you get it, you're going to die. If you don't get it, you're going to die. That is nothing but a demonic game that is being played with the original people called the black people. Nothing. Let me say this. Can't a motherfucking thing separate you from your motherfucking divinity, whether you get the shot or whether you don't. What separates you from your divinity is when you get caught up in humanity. That's what separates you from your divinity. When you get caught up in this human bullshit, this humanity. Yeah, I know I said we're having a human experience. But just because we're having a human experience, it doesn't mean that you give into it fully. You have to have some divinity about you. Even in the Bible, it says all it takes is a mustard seed, faith the size of a mustard seed. Faith the size of a mustard seed. I believe that's what it says. That's all it takes. And God will do the rest. That's all it takes. That 1%. That's what the 1% is all about. Using that 1% of your divinity or that part of yourself to excel to the next level. You have to do rituals every day to lift yourself up out of the distractions and the actions that keep you bogged down into a lower vibrating, low frequency, which is your thinking. And if you're sitting up talking about don't do this, don't do that, don't get this, don't get that, myself included, when you do that, you're giving into the fear. You're giving into the fear of it. And you're giving them exactly what they want from you. So I had to reevaluate my thinking because this all connects to how this culture and this society tells you who to be attracted to, who you should want to fuck, who you think should look attractive. And then they give you all of these different people in the limelight, or celebrities rather. They give you all of these different celebrities, all of these different women that they tell men that they should aspire to try to attract those types of women. Or they give women these men that they should try to aspire to be with. You know, like the 10-inch dick illusion. Let me tell you something about the 10-inch dick. Most men with 10-inch dick, and I was having a conversation with a friend of mine about this because some video posted on Instagram of Nelly, supposedly it's Nelly, getting head from a woman, or at least what appears to be a woman. Because you never know these days. No shade, no motherfucking read, but I'm just being honest. Appears to be a woman, okay? And my friend was saying that a lot of the women were going in on him because they said his dick was kind of small or it wasn't 10 inches. Let me tell you what about 10-inch dick men. Let me tell you about those types of men, okay? Most, I'm not going to say most, but a lot of men, they got 10 inches of dick or more. A lot of those men are not even straight or heterosexual. A lot of them are gay and bisexual, and they use their bodies to get the things that they want because they know they have big dicks and they know people are going to want them. Now, I remember when I was younger, when I was in my 20s and shit like that, child, yes, I wanted me a big motherfucking you know what all the time. If it wasn't, if it wasn't 10 or 11, and I think the biggest I've ever sucked was about, we're all adults here, so if that offends you, unsub and get the fuck out my face. I think he worked for Metro. He's a tall, older, skinny guy. I think he had about 11 or 12. I couldn't even get it all in my mouth. My plump little lips were trying to get around that thing, but I did he nutted, I know that. He had on a condom, though. He did nut. And this was in the early 2000s when I was like 21, 22. It was huge. He was huge. Okay? So the point that I'm making is this. When I was younger, yeah, that kind of appealed to me. But as I started getting older, and I'm talking about the now, when I start looking at things now, when niggas come to me, oh, I got a big dick, I'm like, I've had one before, and I'm pretty sure you haven't. I'm pretty sure yours is not as big as that guy that I just described that worked for Metro back in the day. He was older than me then. I think he was in his 40s then. You know what I'm saying? So the point that I'm making is that, yeah, at that time, yeah. But as I got older, I began to see that, oh, these niggas with these really big dicks, they ain't shit. These motherfuckers are some fucking trash. They are some trash, and these are not the type of people that you really want to build with, nor are they usually men that you can build with. Because what they do is they use their dick size to manipulate women or to dickmatize women. They fuck women real good, give them all types of orgasms, whispering all types of sweet nothings in their ear, using that dick to put those magic spells on women, getting women all riled up and wrapped up into them, and then come to find out this nigga's a fucking dog in the motherfucking street, fucking this bitch, that bitch, and God knows what else he's fucking behind your back. You know what I'm saying? God knows what else they're fucking behind your back. But we want big dicks, right? But these big dicks, they are out here fucking everything, a lot of them. Not all, but when men, especially black men, or men in general, but especially black men, when black men have big dicks, they also have big egos. And they know they can get whatever woman or man that they want or transgender that they want because they have options to do those types of things. So me personally, where I'm at now, and I'm not going to talk about my friend's size. I may have before, I forgot, I don't know. But let's just say it ain't no 10 inches, but it's good. And I would not be in a relationship with a man that has 10 inches because I know that's going to cause trouble. Because I know the type of spell work those types of men can do on you, even if you are another man. They'll do it in your boy pussy, okay? But if they're heterosexual, they will put spell work on a woman's vagina. They do spell work on women's vaginas. And they get you so wrapped up into them, it's almost like the video I did called the Alcar effect, where they get you so wrapped up into them, but the difference is, from the Alcar effect, they're actually having some type of sexual intercourse with you. You have to understand sometimes why some women start stalking and going crazy over men. And it could be somebody that was completely completely. And it ain't always got to be the 10-inch dick, okay? But I'm just saying in general, you have to understand sometimes why women may go off the way that they do. And let me be clear, I'm not making excuses for no crazy psychotic bitches stalking nobody. That's not what this is about. I'm just saying that when men put that motherfucking work on you with that dick work, that spell work, that magic with their dicks, they can put spells on you to manipulate you, and it can change your whole vibration and frequency. It can change your motherfucking orbits and your alignments, because they're going into your innerverse, black woman. They're going into your womb, the universe, the innerverse, and they're able to change the dynamics of your genetics and DNA. And then you'll wonder why. Well, why am I so obsessed with this man when you weren't like that about anybody else? Because a lot of those types of men, let's stick with the 10-inch dick man. A lot of those types of men, those 10-inch dick men, they're bringing with them not just their 10-inch dicks. They're bringing 10 or more other spirits or energies from their prior lovers, of, you know, them abandoning them, mistreating them, cheating on them, using them, abusing them emotionally. You know, they're bringing all of that into your vagina. They're bringing all of that into you. They're bringing the energy, their ex stalking them and all of that. Then the next thing you know, you acting just like those other 10 people. Oh, it happens. And because the black vagina absorbs more than others, it absorbs more energy. That's what makes the black woman so special, because your vagina absorbs more energy than others. That's what makes you so special. But at the same time, it's also a disadvantage, because sometimes you're absorbing things that you just don't need. So be careful with thinking that a man with a big dick is somehow going to fulfill your every need. Now, I understand ladies don't want no men with no small dicks. I get that. I get that. And I'm not saying that you should. This is just a cautionary tale to let you know that some of those men with those big dicks, some of them are bisexual, some of them are trisexual, some of them are flat out gay, lying to you. And if they're heterosexual, a lot of them are fucking dogs. And they will dog you and cheat you. Don't allow this culture to tell you what you should be attracted to. Because a lot of those men with 10-inch dicks, they want other men with big dicks too. And they are the main ones, those men with 10-inch dicks, they're the main ones that will be ready to bend over for another man and get dick down like they a motherfucking woman. So ladies, be careful. This is just a cautionary tale, because they know they can get whatever they want. These men are up under a different type of dark influences and spell work that was created generationally all the way down the line, probably starting from fucking slavery. They're fuckboys. They're fuckboys. And I see a lot of black women getting caught up with these types of fuckboys. Okay? Now, let me be clear. I'm talking spirit. This ain't personal. This is not personal. I'm talking spirit. Because there are many different components to it. So, in essence, what I'm saying is that you have to find a place within your own being, your own universe, whatever you want to call it. You have to find a place where you can make decisions on what you're attracted to. I am not going to allow the world to tell me what I should and should not be attracted to. Because truthfully, you know, people be looking at me like, damn, you with him? Saying me, but you look better. Yeah, I know. Sometimes, you know, a lot of times the men that I deal with are not even that physically appealing. You know what I'm saying? I like the men that, that usually don't nobody else want physically. But that's because they treat me good. And that's because I'm not controlled by the mass media. Muscles and tattoos do not turn me on. See, I'm not like these other gay men, child. No shade to my other gay brothers, but I'm not like them. And I'm sure that there are others like me as well. Tattoos and muscles and motherfuckers working out at the gym, that doesn't turn me on. It does not. Now, I will tell you one motherfucking thing. Although I've not always agreed with some of the things he said, but I do think that Walter Lee Hampton is a nice looking guy. Now, that's some muscles I would like to touch on. I ain't gonna lie. That guy, Walter Lee Hampton from Atlanta, he's another gay brother that speaks a lot of real motherfucking shit about the gay community and stuff like that. Now, in the past, I didn't always understand where he was coming from, but I had an epiphany, and Walter is okay. Walter speaks truth. He speaks motherfucking truth. We don't always have to agree with a person, but he speaks truth 99% of the time. I'm not saying that he's a liar or nothing like that. I'm just saying that sometimes I don't always necessarily agree with everything that he says, but I agree with that motherfucking body. That body is good. Now, those are some muscles, but I think it's because I can see past the muscles, and I can see that he's really a good, sweethearted person. And if you really look at how he chronicles his life, he's very open and honest about his life. And I have to commend him, and I have a respect level for him for talking about his life in such a raw, honest way, about all of the gay men that he's known and friendships he's had with gay men that have died from AIDS because of their reckless behavior, because a lot of them were caught up into the 10-inch dick illusion as well. Now, I was born, I wasn't, in the AIDS era, I was a child. But in the early 2000s and late 90s, people were getting HIV and AIDS like that. I mean, it was like, that was similar to what was going on now with COVID. So, I guess, where am I going with this? I guess what I'm saying is that, you can't get caught up into this illusion of what others tell you should be attracted to. But unfortunately, my words are not going to have an impact on how people think. People are going to like what they want. But what I was saying about, going back to Walter, I was saying that, I have respect for how he's so raw about the situations and the things he has experienced in his life. And I have respect for that. I don't know him, but I have respect for that. The truth that he speaks. You know what I'm saying? The truth and how he puts it out there. And I value my life too. I am a gay man that goes and get tested for HIV and various STDs, and I ain't got shit. I got the paperwork up there in my motherfucking drawer. And I can always pull it, take a picture of it, and say, here's my paperwork. I'm clean. I don't have nothing. And I'm not making fun of anybody that may, have contracted HIV or AIDS. That ain't nothing to make fun of. I think people deserve compassion when that happens, because even if they are being reckless, I don't think that anyone wants to catch HIV or AIDS. No one wants to catch it. And I don't make fun of people or shame or judge people, but I think people should be responsible for those who can be. Sometimes you don't know how people end up with those diseases. Sometimes it's because they were raped or harmed. Or sometimes it's because they were on drugs and they weren't in their right mind. There are many different elements to that, and I have compassion for that. You know what I'm saying? I have compassion. I had a childhood friend that died from AIDS. My aunt died from AIDS. So I have compassion for that. I don't believe in making fun of people when it comes to illnesses and stuff like that. That's just not right. So, but here's the thing. What is influencing this? Truthfully, what's influencing this is the shit that we see in Hollywood. You see all these nice looking men with these muscles and, these tattoos. And some of those guys could be HIV positive and you don't even know it. Even Walter was saying how a lot of those men in Atlanta that be in the gym that are muscular and stuff, he was saying a lot of those men are HIV positive. So you can't be bamboozled by the 10-inch dick illusion. You can't be bamboozled by that. And I'm using a word that a friend of mine, she used to use. Her name was Marie. She passed away. But she was an older lady that I became friends with. She used to say, baby, these people be bamboozling people. And they do. They do. And I actually saw the video where the person was giving Nelly head. And, his dick didn't look small to me. It looked like a nice chocolate-sized penis. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I'm just different, Now I'm at a stage in my life. Look, if you like big dicks, don't let this cautionary tale, deter you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you, don't get caught up into what other people have proposed that you should be attracted to. Don't allow porn like I did. I allowed porn to dictate my emotions. I was seeing all of these chocolate, black men banging these white girls. And I was like, damn, I want to experience that too. I want me a chocolate dude. But now as I'm older, I realized that was nothing more than a fetish for me. That was a fetish that I had. So now I don't even like dark-skinned dudes like that anymore. I don't, because number one, I've had so many of them. And number two, in my mind, it was just a fetish. And I don't have that fetish for them anymore. I don't. So it's not like it was when I was younger. It was more so a fetish. It was a fantasy that I had, about darker skinned men. And I don't have those proclivities anymore, because as you get older, you get wiser. At least most of us. Some of us are still stuck in stupid. And we allow other people to tell us, oh, that's what's attractive. You should like that. And you should like this. Well, why should you like that? Should you like it because it's something that you really like? See, a lot of people, they're not going to get this. Should you like it because it's something that you really like? Or are you liking it because you've been mind controlled, voodooed, and spelled into liking it? See, I've always done the opposite of what society tells me to do. Society says, now if I did dibble and dabble, like I told you before, if I did dibble and dabble with the opposite sex, it would have to be a fat woman. No offense to women, but I like looking at fat women. I think fat women are attractive. Fat black women. But I think fat women in general are attractive. It really ain't got to just be black. But women with extremely large breasts, I'm talking about even bigger than a D cup, that would turn me on. It does. I am still a man, right? Okay. That turns me on. I don't find anything that looks like skin and bones. That doesn't turn me on. Because number one, I'm not attracted to little girls or little boys. I'm attracted to adult bodies because I'm an adult. And that's another thing in our culture that's being pushed, this pedophilia energy. Programming people adults to not be attracted to other adults. That's another energy that's being programmed into us as well. Not me, let me take the us out of it, but other people. But no, if I had, and I've said this publicly, if I did want a woman, she would have to be fat. And I mean really fat, big, with really long hanging, floppy breast. To me, If I were a straight man, that is what I would go for. I don't want to go for some skinny looking woman who's illusionary high maintenance, that can't cook, frigid in the bedroom, pussy dry, And no offense to any skinny women out there. I'm talking about an energy. I'm not talking about a person. I'm just saying, if I were a heterosexual man, I would not want a woman that didn't have no ass and stomach and titties. I don't want that shit. But that's because I'm not programmed by this motherfucking society. I'm not. Just like when dark-skinned men used to tell me that, a lot of people don't really fuck with, dark-skinned men. Then light-skinned men be telling me the same thing. See, this goes back to what I said earlier. I don't have an argument. I may have a preference. But I'm not going to turn no dark-skinned man down, and I wouldn't turn a light-skinned man down. I'm not going to judge them. If they're cool with me and I'm attracted to them, it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not going to be controlled by somebody else's idea of what I should like. So if I were a heterosexual man, I wouldn't want no motherfucking skinny ass motherfucking woman. And that's just me. What the fuck I'm going to do with some skinny ass? What am I going to do with that? I want somebody that, if I was a heterosexual man, I would want somebody that looked like a woman and not a little boy or a little girl, which is what they're really promoting in Hollywood. And let me be clear, I'm not talking about your average woman, that you see every day that's skinny. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the type of shit that we see in Hollywood. How some of these women are in their 30s, they ain't got no titties, they ain't got no fucking ass. Or their ass is surgically implanted. I don't know. I'm saying if I was a heterosexual man, that's not what I would be attracted to. Because again, I'm not programmed by this system the way a lot of black men are, whether they're gay or straight or whatever. I'm not programmed by that. Because I'm going to like what I want to like. And I actually think that fat black women are more attractive than any women on the motherfucking planet. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I know some niggas going, why don't you get with one? Because I'm not straight, I'm gay. But if there was a heavyset black woman that caught me on the right day and I wanted to play around or something like that, I would do it. And I have done it. I have done it. Because I'm grown, I can do what I want to do. And nobody tells me and nobody defines me. See, that's the point that I'm making. It's not about this or that. It's the point that I'm not defined nor controlled by nobody. And that's what I'm trying to convey over to people. Make sure you're not being controlled by other outside forces. Do you really like that? Or are you being controlled into liking that? Are you really attracted to that for real, for real? Because when I really stepped back and really started to examine my mind, I'm not even attracted to no motherfucking niggas with no 10-inch dicks. Then when I stepped back even further, I realized I'm not attracted to no niggas with no motherfucking muscles either. I like big men. I like, I really don't like, the only kind of men I really don't like, I'm not into no short, skinny dudes. I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into no short, skinny dudes because I'm kind of a thick, tall guy myself. And, I don't want anybody, well, I'm about 5'9", 5'10", I'm about 5'10". So and I'm on the thick side as well. So I need somebody that, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no small person, no small little skinny dude. I'm just not into them. You know what I mean? I want somebody that's of equal standard. That's just me. I'm speaking about me. I can't speak about nobody else. I can't speak about nobody else. And when I took, as I was saying, when I took a step further back, I realized I'm not into muscles and all that type of stuff. You know, when I was younger, that may have appealed to me. But then when I started really, I said, them motherfuckers with muscles, they don't even look all that good. It looks fake and phony. And like I said, Walter Lee Hampton, his muscles look good. He looks good. Now he looks good. Now I would feel all over his muscles and chest any motherfucking day, child, if I ever had the opportunity. I ain't gonna even lie. I would suck his nipples and every motherfucking thing. And child, I know I'm being naughty right now, but honey, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a nice looking brother. You know? No, I'm joking. I wouldn't. Well, I ain't gonna lie. I would. I would. Shit. I ain't gonna lie. But Walter wouldn't be into me, and I'm cool with that. But I'm just having a little fantasy moment, child. You know what I'm saying? Just a little fantasy moment. But no, honestly, but no, he's a good looking brother because he takes care of his muscles. I don't know what he did. I think because he works out so much or whatever the case may be, but he looks good. He looks good. And he has a good seat. Again, that's what I was going to say earlier. It's his spirit. Walter has a good spirit. And I didn't see that at first. At first, because I was blinded and I had blockages, you know, spiritually, I didn't see it. But now that I see and listen to him, he has a good spirit. He has a very good spirit. He has very, very, I would say, positive energy. See, at first, I was only listening to his frustration about some of the things he had been through. And I was judging him about that. And I was wrong for that. And if Walter ever sees this, I apologize for that. I was wrong for that. And I apologize. I can admit when I'm wrong, you know. Doesn't mean I agree with everything he says, but it's just that, I understand that he was speaking out of frustration and hurt and being tired. Because in actuality, I kind of feel the same way he do about the black men in Atlanta. I feel the same way about these motherfucking niggas in D.C. They the same exact way. They're broke. They don't drive. Can't even catch a fucking Uber to you. All they want to do is drink and smoke all day. They smoking all this K2 and fentanyl and cocaine. And I mean, it's just ridiculous. They don't even know how to have sex anymore. So I kind of understand where he's coming from. So it's about the spirit of the person and the energy of the person. And that is the main thing that I focus on because my eyes are open. I don't just focus on the aesthetics. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there has to be something about the person that you find appealing, but people, the men that be in the gym and muscles and all that, a lot of them are very toxic. A lot of them are very malignant because they only cultivate their physical body and they don't do anything to cultivate anything else. Now, I know Walter don't believe in spirit and all that stuff, and that's okay. I don't care nothing about that. But he has a good energy with him. He has a good heart. Let me say it that way. He has a good heart. And I can see that now. He has a very good heart. He has a very good heart, and he deserves to be treated right. He deserves that. So don't be bamboozled by these illusions that have been fed to us by Hollywood and all these other institutions telling you what you should be attracted to. Just like when I was looking at, a video of somebody, I ain't gonna mention his name, and she was actually doing an interview with him, Nicki Minaj. And this guy who's well known in the YouTube stratosphere, you know what I'm talking about. I don't mention him on my channel. Listen, it ain't personal, but he has enough publicity. I'm not giving him any. So Nicki Minaj was interviewing him, and he was telling her that she has a symmetrical facial structure and Asiatic eyes. So that means that she's more, her features are more sought after and people would find her more attractive. or whatever the case may be. And I found that statement very, very interesting. I found it interesting. Now, he said that it had nothing to do with race or being Caucasian or anything like that. And then the person who was actually reporting the video, he said it had something to do with evolution. Okay. But to me, when I hear something like that, to me, it sounds more like we accept you. It's almost like the brown paper bag test. A modern version of the brown paper. You got to excuse, there's a dump truck making noise. A modern version of the brown paper bag test. That's what it sounds like to me. A modern version of the brown paper bag test. And it's just so unfortunate that people cannot be attracted to whomever. That's the dump truck. It's not an explosion. They do this every day. People cannot just be comfortable with being attracted to who the fuck they're attracted to. Now, I get he was explaining her facial features or whatever the case may be. That's fine. But the implication that of course she would be more sought after. She's a celebrity. That gives her an automatic boost. She's a celebrity. Plus, Nicki Minaj has had all types of surgeries, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't give a fuck who gets offended by it. I said it and I ain't fucking taking it back. If you're a Nicki Minaj fan, fuck you and your feelings. No disrespect, but this ain't about that. It's not about your feelings. It's about people being controlled and being told what they should and should not be attracted to. That's creating a subconscious pattern. And that is why we have the problems that we do now. Because you have attractive people walking around feeling like that they're not attractive. Like my friend, the one that was telling me about the Nelly, that texted me about the Nelly video. You know, he's 100% heterosexual. This dude is very attractive. He really looks like he could be a model in some sense. But he has so many issues. He doesn't have issues, but there are issues with him and the females he comes in contact with. And it's not because he's unattractive. This dude is like 6'6", 6'7". He's absolutely gorgeous in my eyes. But again, I am not manipulated by this machine and this institution that tells you what you should be attracted to. See, I'm not manipulated. My eyes are not manipulated. I don't see what they see. When people say that this person is ugly or that person is ugly, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Ugly where? That's just like people would always call Gabourey Sidibe ugly. Where's that girl ugly at? Yeah, she may have been a big girl, but where is she ugly at? And what's so interesting is that back during ancient times, body size didn't fucking matter. It was your spirit. But we've been invaded by lesser demiurge beings that want to keep up the distraction and keep up the action of distraction. To tell you, oh no, you shouldn't like that type of person. You should like this type of person. And this type of person is not spiritual enough. And you're not spiritual. And you got to do this and you have to do that. Bitch, nigga, fuck you. Bitch or nigga to say, fuck you. Fuck you. Women's titties are supposed to sag. Who the fuck wants some fake plastic ass motherfucking titties that don't fuck, that's hard as a fucking rock? Real women's titties are supposed to sag. No disrespect to transgender people who get the implants. This ain't about that. I'm talking about these robotic types of people who try to tell you who you should and should not be attracted to. I'm not going to let you do that to me. So it goes back to what I was saying about the COVID shot. If people want to get it, let them get it. If they don't want to get it, they shouldn't have to be shamed because of that. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all. Anyway, this is the Occult View, coming through once again to offer my own view on certain things that's going on in the world and shit like that. Is there anything else I wanted to touch on? Oh, y'all see that they're getting rid of Wendy Williams and they're replacing her with Sherry Shepherd. Well, at least they're replacing her with a black woman. Another black woman. And, you know, I think that this might be, some people may not agree, but I think that let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Because, see, my whole thing is this. Nothing against Sherry Shepherd. Nothing against her. But Wendy Williams is irreplaceable. Whether I like Wendy Williams or not, I can still respect her energy and I can respect her pedigree from where she came from and how she worked hard to get to where she's at. And I don't care if people don't like her brand of shock jock and her brand of how she did this or what she said back in the day, or okay, we get all that. Some people say she's getting karma. I'm not getting involved in that. But Sherry Shepherd has never carried, we don't know if she can carry a show permanently. She did it temporarily. We don't know if she can carry a show by herself. She was on The View with other ladies on a panel. Now we have to see if she can carry this show by herself. That is going to be an interesting watch because Wendy Williams is irreplaceable, if you ask me. There is nobody that can replace Wendy Williams. And I know I've said things about Wendy Williams in the past because of certain things and shit like that. But honey, I don't give a fuck. Can't nobody do it like Miss Motherfucking Wendy. I'm not no hater. So I will give her her props because she deserves them, because she's a black woman who went through a horrible ordeal being married to an ugly, disgusting, insidious dude that did her dirty. And black women, let me give y'all some advice, child. Now listen. If you got money, well, I can't say that. No, because that'll make me look. No, I can't say that. Fuck that. I'm gonna scratch that. No, I ain't gonna do it. But all I'm saying is, I wouldn't put up with no shit from no motherfucking ugly ass motherfucking nigga that look like him. I'm sorry. I wouldn't put up with no shit from no ugly ass. I wouldn't put up with shit from no nigga. Especially nobody that look like that. I'm talking about her husband. Not like that. Child bye. And the only reason that other woman is with him is because he got fucking money with his fat ass. Treated Wendy like that, motherfucker. Don't make me do it, because you know I'll roast his ass like I did Trick Daddy that motherfucking time. That video got a lot of fucking hits too. You know, that was on my old fucking channel. Yeah, his big, weird looking motherfucking ass. Look like his breath stink. Child, please. But anyway, I think this is all tragic. But Wendy Williams is, yeah, they're trying to get rid of her. They're trying to get rid of her. Yep. Well, at least they're replacing her with another black woman. I guess that can be looked at as a positive thing. And again, it's nothing against Sherry Shepherd, but I'm just curious to see, will she be able to carry a show as the only and main co-host? Remember, again, when she was on The View, she was one among several co-hosts on a panel. That's a whole different ball game versus being able to carry your own show. You see what I'm saying? Wendy Williams, that's like trying to I'm not comparing her to Oprah, but that's almost like trying to replace Oprah Winfrey on her own show. The energy just don't feel right to me. I'm going to be honest with y'all. It just don't feel right. This don't feel right. But it looks like Wendy is not coming back. I thought she was, but it looks like she's not coming back. She has too many health problems and other things that are going on, allegedly, and I'm giving the side eye, allegedly. I know what's really going on, but I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. It's no point in saying, it's really not. Yeah, she has Graves' disease, and yeah, she's had some substance abuse issues, but there's a bigger picture here. And you have to go back to, Wendy Williams ain't been on that show since she fell out in 2017. And that's all the fuck I'm going to say. Wendy Williams has not been on her show since 2017. And that's all I'm going to say. That was the last time that we saw the real motherfucking Wendy Williams. And that's all I'm going to say. When the clones don't work out, or did they put an aspect of Wendy Williams inside of Sherry Shepherd? Remember that movie? What's the name of that movie? Get Out? y'all ain't getting it. Y'all ain't getting it. And didn't Get Out come out in 2017? But let me shut up, because I'm just a crazy, crazy gay guy and I don't know what I'm talking about, child. Let me just be quiet. Anyway, this is the occult view, and that's all I really had to say. Thank you, and take some time and enjoy your occult view.